I,
It
I mean,
is.
we see a lot. Most companies, especially in the startup space, no one's putting any infrastructure on prem. It's all cloud. Why would you?
Yeah, 100%. Like, why would you? Why? And we'll just build it on AWS instead of putting servers in a data center, right? And
Right.
and there are good and bad to that. But and the other thing that I would say is, you don't have to, um, once again, like, you don't have to get the best of the breed if you're not in a place where you can quite afford it yet, right? Like, if you look at a lot of these tools at the enterprise level, I mean, they make I work in it day in and day out, and they make my head explode. Sometimes when you get these 6-figure quotes back, right? And so I totally get it that if you're a 50-person company, you're probably not going to want to spend $300,000 for an application security product, right?
Right.
So but that is where I go back to open source. Like, just look for some open source stuff. Like, focus on the people first, like people, process, and technology. Like, focus on the people and the process first, and then you can kind of find the right technology, because there's a lot of open source out there that's well maintained. Like, if you're looking for something to do cloud security, there's a couple of open source projects. Capital One used to even have one that they open sourced.
Can you? Yeah, I was
Netflix.
gonna say, could you mention some that
Yeah,
might be useful to the?
I was like, I just drew a blank.
It's
But
okay.
but there used to be Capital One used to have one for AWS. You could just Google Capital One and AWS security. I think Cloud Checker might still be out there. It's spelled a little bit funky.
Okay.
I think there's just a KR on it.
Okay.
So those are a couple that are out there that can help you from a cloud perspective, right? Looking for those kind of I call it cloud security posture, making sure, like, if you're in AWS, that you're secure. And same thing with application security, right? Like, if you look at just to kind of throw some out there, Sonar Cube is a super common one, right? And
Yeah.
the cool thing about Sonar Cube is they have a lot of things that are no cost. Like, you can go to the enterprise level and they have some cool features, but for someone in a SMB space that just wants to be able to test their Java app, like, that's there at no cost, right? And there's fine sec bugs, is another one that you can run from a command line that finds security in Java. Um,
Oh,
and and
that one
so
I didn't know. That's a good one.
that's a good one. And I go through a few of these. You mentioned the LinkedIn training, but um, if someone has any more questions, they can connect to me and I can tell them. But I go through a few of them on the continuous application security training on LinkedIn. But there's all sorts of open source. So there's ones for secret scanning, um, uh, where you can go through and make sure you don't put any passwords in your configuration or source code. So I guess my point is, there's, even from a GRC perspective, I have one up and running today that I use. It's an open source product called Iramba, which
Okay.
is ERAMBA. And they have it's open source. You can download it, compile it, build it yourself, or you can actually pay for they do have a full-fledged enterprise version as well. But for someone who just needs to set up a GRC function to help their auditing, it's free, right? Um, you don't have to go straight for the most expensive tools to have a good cyber program. It's really, to me, important to have the right people in place and the right processes in place first.
I think that's great advice. There's Gartner has their wonderful Magic Quadrants, and those products are applicable to a lot of people and do a lot of good things. But at the same time, they may not be affordable by everyone. So what you're
Mm-hmm.
advising is exactly correct. Look at alternative approaches,